Well, this is some big news, and it's definitely not looking good for Joe Biden, but especially not looking good for big tech and social media in general. And I'm pretty sure, and as the title suggests, yeah, I'm talking about the alleged emails between Hunter Biden and the one of the officials in Burisma Holdings, which to recall, they are a natural gas firm in Ukraine, and they have had a lot of skeletons in their closet, especially in terms of relation to the Bidens. Since ever since with Hunter Biden being put on the board, despite not having any true experience, and even Joe Biden bragging about managing to get the prosecutor removed and the charges dropped against Burisma as a result, despite the possible corruption. But now with the New York New York Post, which I will be linking down in the description down below if you guys want to check it out, they claim to have some emails showing that one of the officials within Burisma Holdings actually thanking Hunter Biden for introducing Vice President at the time, Joe Biden. Kind of sounds like there's a conflict of interest there because the vice president is not supposed to have any of these kinds of connections. He's not supposed to, but apparently this has been this is looking very, very probable, especially from how Hunter Biden, again, like I said before, he doesn't have any true experience in the energy industry. But and yet these emails are supposedly saying that Hunter Biden intentionally used his name and access to his father in order to get into Burisma. But let's not forget the fact that there are a few photos with photos of him hanging out with Burisma and stuff. But let's focus on this specific story in general because it's very interesting, especially the fallout. Because Democrats are truly panicking. And I think even Joe Biden is as well, even though he obviously is he's trying to downplay this, saying that Trump is trying to throw everything at him. Which to be honest, every single candidate tries to do that, especially around election time. But nonetheless, it's laughable. But in all honesty, I'm focusing more on the big tech companies and how they're trying to censor this story. Because, as I said before, this is Allege. They claim to have these emails that say that Hunter Biden introduced Burisma officials to Joe Biden. Yet the CEO Jack Dorsey of Twitter has and a few other CEOs, the websites of Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook have actively been censoring this article, claiming that this is unreliable and they're using their own fact checkers. Doesn't this set off alarm bells for anyone? Because this is completely hypocritical on their part. Because of the whole just take a look back at Russiagate, how that was all over the news, how Trump supposedly had his connections to Russia and that he was a secret agent to Vladimir Putin. And in all honesty, I've been hearing this a lot of stuff from Twitter. Sometimes whenever I go onto it, just as like a guest. I don't actually have an account or anything on there. It's just cringe. I just can't handle the stupidity amongst that crowd. But nonetheless, those kinds of stories are allowed to get circulated on Twitter, despite the fact that they have been proven to be unreliable and have no evidence. Heck, even Six Hammer, when he was talking about this about a day ago, he talked about how the whole issue of Trump supposedly not denouncing white supremacy was also allowed to get out of control on places like Twitter or Facebook. And yet they're saying now that this story This story from the New York Post, a 200-year-old newspaper, they say it's unreliable and that they need to fact check it. Yeah, where were they when Russiagate happened? I really am. I'm serious. But apparently, Jack Dorsey made an apology, which, in all honesty, it isn't really much of an apology, mind you. It's basically say, oh, we should have given more context of why this is not showing up on Twitter or Facebook or any other place. That's about it. Tim Pool even mentioned so far as the attacking not Kellyanne Conway, the White House press secretary. I forget her name. Over mentioning this article itself. They went so far as to attack her and to basically censor her on this story. Again, this should ring some major alarm bells for anyone. But already, I don't think that this is going to help anyone, because right now Republicans within the Judicial Committee, the Senate Judicial Committee, have actually decided to subpoena the CEO Mark Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey of Twitter over this issue. I think this is definitely going to get interesting. It's just going to show more and more dirt with not only big tech, but with the Democrats in general. And already, this major scandal is hurting Joe Biden. There's a lot of people that are definitely questioning the validity of him actually being a good president. I mean, let's not forget about the whole dementia-like symptoms he's been having, as well as again, just with the major amount of scandals that he has been given over the last few years, especially during the Obama administration. It's definitely going to be very interesting. Already, the cat's out of the bag, and there's no way that Twitter, Facebook, the Democratic Party can get rid of this story. This is definitely going to be. It's already pretty big. And considering that, I think this may actually have some. This may actually be a topic within the next presidential debate. Now, just making a recent issue for the whole second presidential debate, due to the fact that it was canceled, there's going to be some town halls. But in the third presidential debate, I honestly think that this will definitely be a major issue to come up, and Trump will use that against Joe Biden. But that's just in my opinion overall. Either way, the story is out there, and people are starting to have doubts. And I definitely 100% believe that this story is going to affect more than just Joe Biden. It's definitely going to affect Jack Dorsey and so many others within the big tech industry. And of course, with Burisma. My name is Noami here on The Dark Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share with friends. Also, if you have any issues regarding my videos, such as how I frame stuff or how I speak, whatever, please post them down in the comment section down below or directly message me up above. Thank you.